yourself and your mat. So whenever you are ready, go ahead and meet me on your back. So you're gonna come to a supine position, but keeping your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Once your torso settles onto the earth, go ahead and wiggle your feet to the outer edges of the mat, allowing your knees to come to touch. Your arms will fall to the outer edges alongside your body, palms facing the sky. And allow your eyes come to close. Allow the energy, any tension to relax, settling in to the stillness as we arrive on our mat today. As the body begins to settle, start to come in tune with the breath and take notice of its pattern, of its depth. And start to slow the breath, deepen the inhales and exhales at your own pace, whatever feels comfortable for you. Feel a gentle rise and fall of the belly, of the chest, of the rib cage. And just bring the focus to the breath, furthering that relaxation. Start to wiggle the feet in towards one another and allow the knees to come away from each other. Now the hips, knees, ankles, and toes are all in one line, parallel to one another. And you can bring your arms a little bit wider, maybe in a capital T, maybe in a goalpost position, or maybe resting on your belly. We're going to start to windshield wiper the legs back and forth. So inhale, allow the knees to fall towards the right. Inhale back towards center. Exhale, allow the knees to fall to the left. Inhale back towards center. And we'll repeat that back and forth again, just staying in tune with your breath. Inhaling to center, exhaling to fall to the side. Maybe that movement stays nice and slow for you. Maybe pick up the pace just a little bit to make it a little bit more fluid. Back and forth, maybe loosening up the low back. Just taking a gentle range of motion throughout the hips, the back, maybe a little bit up into the middle of the spine. And just flowing back and forth. Inhale back towards center. Bringing the right knee in towards the chest, lacing the fingers just below the right knee. You can keep your left knee bent here, or you can extend the left leg long. And just finding compression, bringing that right thigh in towards the torso. Breathing into that smaller space. That compression that you've created within the hip. If that compression is too uncomfortable, or if you feel like you have a little bit more range of motion, allow the thigh to come alongside the body. Pulling that right knee in towards the armpit. Again, eyes can remain closed. And continue your focus on the breath. Maybe it becomes audible at this point. Taking the right knee over towards the left side of the body, left side of the mat, finding a twist. Keep your right shoulder blade anchored towards the mat. That might mean that the right knee is hovering just above the earth, and that is just fine. Maybe your big toe makes contact with the ground. It's a little prop, shouldn't be much weight in it. But just know that that is okay, a good place for your body to be. Again, your right arm can be in a goalpost, capital T, wherever it feels comfortable. Maybe gentle pressure of the left hand just outside the knee. Let's get a little bit deeper. Inhale back towards center. Bring the left foot back toward the mat, knee is bent, and right foot meets the left. Switching sides, left knee comes in towards the chest, right leg can stay right where it is if that's comfortable on your low back, or if you prefer to extend it long, you can do that as well. Spine stays long, chin stays lifted towards the sky. Even if your eyes are closed, if your eyes were open, your gaze would be just straight towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Again, feel free to find a little bit more openness, allowing that thigh to come alongside the body. Breathing into that space. Or that compression, the lack of space. On the next breath, go ahead and bring the left knee over towards the right, keeping that left shoulder blade anchored down. In this twist, breathing into the left rib cage, creating space where limitations may exist. And not only finding space, but giving your body the opportunity to relax with every breath a little bit more each time. Inhale back towards center. Left knee comes in. Bring the right foot back toward the mat. Left foot drops. One more compression, bringing both knees in, engage the core just a little bit, protecting the low back. One knee comes in, then the other. Again, if you like that compression, thighs towards the torso, if that feels okay on the front of your hips. If that feels a little too restricting, allow the thighs to come alongside the body. Grabbing hold of opposite wrists, opposite forearms, again, whatever degree of space you're creating for yourself, the hold will just come naturally. So don't overthink it. One more tight squeeze. And our next transition is going to bring us back up to a seated position. So if you'd like to just roll over to the right side and prop yourself up, please feel free. Otherwise, if you want to grab hold of your hamstrings and rock back and forth. Coming up and then lowering back down. Maybe a little bit of massage for your spine, for your back. And on your next roll, next attempt, come up to that seated position. Crossing one ankle in front of the other. Again, whatever comes naturally to you, don't overthink it. We're going to be in this seated position for a few different movements. So if sitting upright without support is not something that's comfortable for your body, if you have a blanket or a towel accessible, go ahead and prop it underneath your sit bones. Otherwise, you can roll the back of your mat up underneath you, and that'll give you a little bit of a boost as well. And that could feel a little bit more comfortable, and it might bring your body a little bit more ease. So in this seated position, feel free to wiggle back and forth, Assessing the right and left sides until you come to your central neutral position. Allow your palms to rest on your knees or your thighs. And start to lengthen the spine all the way from the sit bones, from the low back, all the way through the crown of the head. Allowing the vertebrae to stack tall on one another. Over the course of our day, gravity tends to win in most cases, rounding the back and stressing the muscles along the back body. So find engagement, find pride in your seat here. Again, feel free to close your eyes, or you can keep the gaze forward or a downward angle beyond the top edge of your mat. And we're going to warm up the muscles of the neck, or just find some range of motion. So keeping the hands anchored, shoulders down, away from the ears. Bring the right ear toward the right shoulder. So the head, the ear, that's the moving point here. Everything else should stay in its home right where we started. And with this movement, pretend your neck, your head is like you're doing a side body stretch for your entire body. You have the anchor point and you're lifting it up and over towards the opposite side to find that length. So find the space as if you're trying to reach the crown of the head up and over the right shoulder. Start to tilt your chin towards your right collarbone. You'll start to feel a change in sensation throughout the muscles of the neck. Just take note of what you're feeling through these ranges of motion. From the collarbone, start to keep the chin tucked in towards the chest. Again, reaching the crown of the head like you're trying to draw a line just beyond your body, like a rainbow just beyond your body. And that'll get a deeper sensation throughout the muscles. And then start to bring the chin towards the left collarbone. Now the crown of the head should be reaching just above, like it's trying to reach over the knee, the left knee here. Left ear, left shoulder. And take all of these movements nice and slow. The muscles of the neck carry a lot of tension throughout the day. And so it can be easy to move through these poses and tweak something you don't intend to. So just take things slow. Be mindful of your movement. We're going to transition to the other side. So chin's going to come towards the left collarbone. Again, reaching the crown of the head up and over. Drawing the chin in towards the chest. Making our way the chin towards the right collarbone. And then right ear, right shoulder. We're going to do that once more, left to right, and take it at your own pace. Again, always moving slow. You can increase your pace, but still keeping it slow and mindful. So chin comes to right collarbone, chin to chest, chin to left collarbone, left ear to shoulder, chin to collarbone, chin to chest, chin to collarbone, ear to shoulder. Come back up towards midline. Readjust your seat if you need. Then you're going to inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring the fingertips out wide. almost like it's a prop to pull your chest up just a little bit more, find a little bit more height throughout the spine. Then you can drop the right elbow in towards your body. As you inhale, reach the left arm up and over towards the right side, finding that side body stretch, just like we did with the neck. Keeping that left sit bone anchored in towards the earth. Chest is open towards the front of the mat, fingertips are reaching low. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, left fingertips tend towards the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, reach the right fingertips up and over towards the left. Anchoring through the hip, through the sit bone to feel length. All the way through the side body. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lace your fingers, your hands into one another, and place your palms on your heart. Inhale deep into the palms, filling the lungs, filling the chest, feeling the ribcage expand. Then exhale, flip the palms down, press the palms away from you. Round in the upper back, maybe tucking the chin. Then inhale, let go of the fingers from one another and open the arms wide, pressing the backs of the hands back behind you, opening the chest like you're getting ready for a big hug. Squeezing the shoulder blades back behind you. Exhale, bring the palms back together, reaching the fingertips out in front, rounding the upper back. Even the entirety of the back, scooping the sit bones underneath you. Inhale, open everything nice and wide, pulling the hands back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades, pulling the chest through. Exhale, round. Once more. Inhale, open, nice and big, big, big. Exhale, round. Inhale, hands come back to heart center. Go ahead and plant the hands out in front. Roll over your ankles, coming into a tabletop position. From here, we're going to take a few cat-cows. So from your stable tabletop, just take note of your body positioning, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Gentle engagement of the core to find a stable spine. And from here, inhale, let the belly fall, sit bones rise, pull the chest through, gaze lifts. Then exhale, press through the heel of the hand, shoulder blades spread wide, rounding the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, the tailbone tucks under. Inhale, belly falls, chest pulls through, gaze lifts. Exhale, round through the upper back, the mid back, and the lower back. Exhale. Inhale, unraveling the spine, pulling the gaze up and through. Exhale, round. And inhale back to center. We're going to take a little bit of a rotation here from the tabletop position. So we're going to start with that right hand. We're going to start by threading the right arm underneath the left. So you're going to be like you're reaching towards the left side, reaching for something that's on the opposite side of you. The right rib cage is going to start to come underneath. You're going to start trying to pull that through as well, finding that rotation. Then inhale, sweep the arm underneath and open wide towards the right side. Fingertips lift. Exhale, come back through, reaching underneath the left arm. Inhale, up and open towards the right. Exhale, lower. Onto the left side. Coming through, threading the left arm underneath the right, finding that twist, maybe a gentle engagement of the core to pull the left rib cage underneath. Inhale, open wide, left fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, left arm reaches under. Inhale once more, open, 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 pulling the left chest up and through to the left side. Exhale, lower. From here, you're going to start to walk the fingertips out towards the top corners of the mat. So you're going to be on the outside edges of the mat. Hips are going to stay just above the knees. Maybe walk a little bit wider. And you're going to allow the chest to fall towards the mat. Puppy pose. You can allow your palms to come flat if that's more comfortable once you find that lowered position. You can allow your forehead to rest on the mat, or you can find a little bit more extension by allowing your chin to rest. Allowing the shoulder blades to press in to the rib cage, pressing the heart down towards the mat. Knock your hands towards center and allow the belly and the hips to fall to the earth, coming into Sphinx pose. In Sphinx, your fingertips are spaced away from one another. Forearms on the earth, resting on the forearms on the elbows. But not falling into it, still staying strong, staying lifted. Almost like you're pulling the forearms back underneath you to pull the chest through. And finding space within the back body. Opening the heart. From here, go ahead and press back into a child's pose. Knees come wide, hips to heels. Reaching the fingertips towards the top of the mat, finding length within the side body. And find a gentle stretch and opening of the low back. Feeling the belly rise and fall between the thighs. Coming back to our breath. Filling the lungs as much as we can and emptying fully. Now your next breath, start to walk the fingertips back towards you, coming into a seated position. Bring your knees back together to touch, sitting hips to heels. Allow your palms to rest on your thighs, coming back to that tall spine that we moved through at the start of class. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. That is it for today's class. I look forward to practicing with you again in the future. Have a great day.